Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. As always, I'm one of your hosts on this great show, MattyBets, joined by my partner in crime,
BigAL Bettor. How you guys doing out there?
BigAL Bettor. Al, I don't know how they're doing, but let's get to how you're doing. How are you doing today?
Oh man, I'm feeling so good, Matt. We got week 3 coming up. We just got to watch that awesome game last night with the Jets and the Patriots. Aaron Rodgers was spinning it. That's always fun for me to watch. So no, we're in high spirits, and we've had a pretty good record on these Sunday bets. So I'm hoping to continue the streak here today.
Yeah, as if you guys don't know, if you guys aren't aware, if this is your first time tuning into the show, we have three best bets every week that we do. So it's just three picks on either over under or spread, and we've gone 2 for 6 because we have three for each Sunday. We've gone 4 for 6. Yeah, not 2 for 6. Four
Right,
for six. We've missed two, hit on four. So pretty good batting average right now. You want to throw some baseball in there, but uh,
right.
yeah, it's been pretty successful. We're just waiting for that sweep, and yeah,
Yep.
other than that, that's what we do. That's how we start the show. We go with that. We're gonna jump into some 4 to 6 pick parlays that we do. We like parlays. It's not guaranteed by any means, but it's bigger payout, a lot more fun. You get a little bit more invested in the game because you're
Sure.
watching 3 or 4 different games. Because you need a touchdown score in one game, you need 240 passing yards in another game. So it just keeps you really engaged with the game. Then we'll give you guys some touchdown scores. Um, yeah, and we'll wrap it up after that. How does that sound to you, Big Al?
It sounds pretty good to me, Matt. Sounds pretty good. So, like Matt was saying, guys, for this first phase, we call it our locks of the week. Matt picks 5 games on his own. We don't talk about it beforehand. We come together with 5. So he brings 5 he likes. I bring 5 I like. And between those 10 games that get brought to the table, we have to agree on 3 of them that we give out to you guys as our locks of the week. And we don't mean that it's going to hit guaranteed because it's gambling. Obviously, never bet money you can't afford to lose, and nothing's guaranteed. But that's just that's how we do it. We've been pretty successful so far. So this is where it starts to get tougher though. Like first couple weeks are kind of easy. It's easy to see the board, but now we're getting into weeks 3 and 4 and 5. It's going to be a little harder. So I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, it's gonna be a little bit more challenging, and it's because the first couple weeks, if you're new to betting, or even if you're a seasoned veteran, you know this very well. But as the season goes on, the books adjust, and that's always a big part of it. And also teams adjust too, and teams that you didn't think would be good are good, or you see something from them the week before, the books see something that they like, and then it's kind of like just like what we're doing here. Obviously, it's betting against the book, but you're also betting against teams, against players, and you never know what the game plan is going to be going into a game, but you can get a really good feel for the teams and the players and all that going into the matchups as the season goes on, but the lines become harder and harder to hit your bets on just because the book gets better too. And as we all know, the books are pretty freaking smart. That's
There's a
why they
reason they
win.
keep building casinos and keep making money.
Yep, exactly. So, without further ado, though, let's jump into this. You want me to start, or you want to start?
I feel like I started last week, did I not?
Sure. I feel like I've started it both weeks, but I'll go again. That's fine. We can go back and look at the tape
Okay.
and double check. But
Okay,
uh,
sounds good. If you did start at the last 2, then we'll have you start at the first 4 weeks, and then I'll start at the next 4 weeks.
so I'll kick it away. Jump into my picks. First game that I got here is Eagles at Saints. Spread on
Okay.
that game is 2.5 in favor of the Saints. So Eagles are +2.7, Saints -2.5. Over under set at 49.5. So obviously, I think it's gonna be high scoring. I would agree with that too. I lean toward the over in that game, just because we haven't really
Okay.
seen the Eagles blow out a team yet or score 40 points. I don't think, because I
Okay.
think Week 1 was their highest scoring against the Packers, if
And they
I'm
had
not mistaken.
34.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So I can see it being a high scoring game. Saints are killing it right now, um, and I do really like the Saints -2.5.
Okay. On DraftKings, it's 3. 3 is the spread, and it
Okay.
is plus 100 on if you take the Saints -3, and it's -120 if you take the Eagles plus the 3.
Okay. Jump
But
to my
your pick
next.
was so you want to take Saints? Was that your
Yeah.
pick, or
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
it the
Yeah.
over, or was it either or that?
It's the Saints -2.5.
Okay. Okay. Saints
Yeah.
-2.5.
hmm
Okay. Second one.
Yep. We're going Dolphins at Seattle. Dolphins lost
Okay.
Tua.
Okay.
Tua's on IR now. Um,
Yeah.
and spread in that game is 4.5.
Right.
Yeah, but you know, Seattle has to win by a touchdown. I actually like that a lot. I like what
No
Seattle's been
Kenneth
doing.
Walker.
Yeah, but that's fine. I don't think they need Kenneth Walker to be able to beat the Dolphins. That's my thing. I like
Okay.
what Seattle's done. I like the defense, and I like them being at home. And minus 4.5, I like that a lot. Over under set at 42.5, and I kind of like that if the Dolphins do have a little bit of an offense. I do like
Sure.
the over there, 42.5. I mean, it's lower because they're not sure. The book isn't sure what the Dolphins are going to look like, and
Right.
obviously I don't know either. But that's why it's gambling. Next we're doing Lions at Cardinals.
Okay.
This one was tough for me. We just saw what the Cardinals did to the Rams. Okay, Kyler
Yes.
Murray, perfect passer rating. I don't think he'll do that again.
Okay.
But the Lions are favorites on the road.
Yes.
Lions are -3 on FanDuel.
Yes.
hmm And I love the Cardinals +3. Love the
Okay.
Cardinals plus
Okay.
three. I love it. That's spicy, and I think it's just easy. You're gonna give me like that's what we've said, and that like sometimes we haven't taken it, and it seems to work.
Okay.
Where you take the home underdog.
Dog.
Yep, you take the home dog.
Right.
Over under for that is 51.5. I don't want to touch it.
Okay.
Don't want to touch it. It's a lot of points. 51.5 is a ton. Next one I
Right.
got Ravens at Cowboys.
Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Yep,
Here we go.
Ravens at Cowboys. 3 points, or sorry, 1.5 point spread. Ravens are
Okay.
favored on the road in Dallas.
Okay.
You know where I'm going. Just talked about it. Give me the Cowboys plus 1.5 at home.
When did we talk about it?
Just did. Cardinals Lions. Take the home dog.
Oh, you're taking the home dog. That's what you're saying. Okay.
Give me the home team and the points. Over under for that's set at 47.5. I kind of like the over, but I also am scared of it too.
Sure. Sure. Because both those
Both
defenses can play elite.
and both those
Um.
offenses can play elite as well. So it's just a back and forth for me in my head. I don't really want to touch that one. Last one we got here: Panthers at Raiders.
Okay.
And this might shock some people. I do not like the Raiders at -6.5 against the Panthers
Okay.
with what is it, Andy Dalton or Sam Darnold?
Andy Dalton, the Red
Andy
Rocket,
Dalton.
the Red
Yeah.
Rifle, whichever one you want to call him.
He hasn't played in a while, but he did play
Yep.
last year, which I don't think a lot of people know. He
Okay.
did play last year. Bryce Young got hurt week 3 or 4. He came in and threw 2 touchdowns, 360 yards, threw the ball 52 times.
Jeez.
I kind of and like think about last year. They didn't have any weapons on the offense, just like they don't now, and he was still able to get over 300 yards. Like I don't know, I kind of like that here too. Keep it close, possibly even win the game. It might be an upset of the week. Uh, but the one thing that I do really like here, if you weren't on board with the plus or the minus, we got the
Okay.
over under sitting at 39.5,
Okay.
and I like the over a lot.
So Panthers, what you said the number on there is 6.5.
Yeah, Panthers plus six and a
Okay.
half, and then the Raiders are -6.5. I don't see the Raiders beating really anybody by a touchdown.
And your over unders at 40 over there on
Yeah,
FanDuel?
39.5. Yeah.
30, oh, it's 30. Okay, so on DraftKings it's 40 flat, and then the spread is 6. Just like with the
Okay.
Cowboys Ravens game, it's 1 point. It's not the 1.5.
Yeah. hmm
Um, so there's just a little discrepancy
Yeah.
there. I'm gonna put down 40 when I'm writing down
Okay,
the
that's
over
fine.
under there. So shockingly, we only agree on one this week.
That's crazy because normally we have 2 or 3, and that's what, like you were
Because
saying, it's going to get more difficult because, like we talked about right before we jumped on too, we didn't talk about
right,
picks. Don't worry, we don't do that. But we just talked about, hey, how was it finding the spreads and like finding the ones that you
right,
liked. And I was telling Al, like I was like, dude, it's actually difficult this week because there's a lot of good matchups where it's two good teams and it's hard to pick. It's like it's like Lions and Cardinals because we want the Lions to be good. It's like Ravens Cowboys. Ravens should be way better than the Cowboys, but the Cowboys are last year at least. If you're looking at last year, the Cowboys are an offensive juggernaut. Like
right.
that's just like you have Eagles Saints. Like that one's a hard one to pick too. Like there's so many good matchups that you could pick from where the
Mm-hmm.
spread just it doesn't feel right, but you don't know which way it doesn't feel right. But you want to.
Right,
But yeah. But I'll
right.
let you jump into your picks though. It's nice to know that we agree on one, which is good because
I
that's
didn't
the
even tell you
first
which one
slot
it
for the.
is, but I
Oh
said we
no, I
only
know.
agree on.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Let's jump
So I'm
into
gonna jump
yours.
into mine, and they're completely different, like I said, except for one. So
Wait,
the
whoa, whoa,
first
whoa.
one I
I do
like.
have a question before
Go
you
ahead,
jump
go
into
ahead.
this, just so the
Yeah, yeah,
viewers
yeah.
can kind of get an idea. Well, and
Sure.
me too. Do you
Yeah.
have any of the same games besides the one? And just a
Yes. I
different
have
pick?
two. I have two that are the same game, I believe. Yeah,
And one is the
just
same
two that are the
pick?
same game.
One of
One's the
them is
same
the
pick.
okay, cool. So we are gonna
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
different. Okay, that's cool though, because like I was telling you, like I want to know where you're at, because then we kind of glean from each other a little bit. I love the meeting of the
Well, and
minds that we have here.
that's half of it. Like we're trying to think through this together and come to like a smarter
Yep,
gambling
and
solution for
we're 4 for 6,
these
so
tough lines, and we're bringing in 10. What we agree on. We've got
10
two of the same
picks.
picks, so we have
Yeah.
like 6 or 7 different. Like we're picking 6 or 7 different games,
Yep.
so
All
we're
right,
gonna
let's
come
see.
to a
I'm
cool.
excited. Let's jump into it.
Okay, all right. So my first pick, I've got Tampa Bay.
Okay,
They have been
shocker.
cashing for us the first 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Right now on DraftKings, they are -6, and
Okay.
the over/under is set at 41.
And who are they playing?
They're playing the Denver Broncos, who are 0-2,
Okay.
and they're at home.
Okay.
It's in Tampa. So I like Tampa the -6, but if you don't like the -6, I love the over.
Okay.
And I almost like the over more than I like the -6,
Yeah.
but the Broncos have not. They've lost their first game by 6, and they lost their last game by 7. So they haven't covered. Like they'd push a 6 potentially, but they haven't covered like that this year's yet in 2 games.
Yeah. True.
And the Bucs are playing better ball in my opinion than the other 2 teams they played.
I like that a lot. I do like the
Okay,
Bucs
so
to
then
be
my
able to beat
next
the
pick.
Broncos. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think the Broncos
And
suck,
it's not.
and
You said it
6
was at
points doesn't
6.
feel like enough. It is 6. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, if it was at 7, I might be a little scared, but it's not. It's at 6. I do like that,
Right.
but I'll keep that.
So, and then my next pick, I've got the Steelers. They've also cashed
Here
both
we
weeks.
go.
We didn't
Here
play
we
them.
go.
We didn't play them last week. Week 1, I wanted to throw them in. You didn't want to, but I bet it by myself, and it hit. They're 2-0.
Yep.
They're playing the Chargers. The over/under is set at 34.5. I don't even want to take the Steelers minus the 3. I just want to play the under.
Okay. At 34 and a half.
It's at 34.5. Yeah.
That's so
And then
risky. I hate.
I know.
That's so low.
Okay, I know. And then the next game I got is the Packers Titans.
Yep.
I like the over in that game. It's set at 38.5.
Okay.
Jordan Love's questionable. He may play. He may not. Even if he doesn't play, I still like the over.
Yeah, I do too. I like the Titans offense a little bit.
Then here's these last 2 are the ones that we agreed.
Okay. Yeah,
they're
here
the
we
same.
go. I already know
So-
what it's going to be too.
so-
Can I guess? Can I guess the one that you
Yeah, go ahead.
disagreed
Go
with
ahead.
me on? I think it's
Oh,
going to
yeah,
be
you already
it's
got
going to be
it.
the Ravens and Cowboys.
Yeah.
Exactly. See, easily,
Of course.
easily. Yeah.
Of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. Go
So
ahead.
I'm with you on Raiders and over.
Oh, okay. Raiders and Panthers
Like
over
not taking
39
the
and a
Raiders,
half.
but the Raiders Panthers
Yep.
game over. Yeah. That line seems way too low to me, and like you just said, Andy Dalton's gonna deal the rock.
That's what he does. He just dishes. He just throws it. Like he doesn't even complete half of them, but he throws the ball 50 times.
Right. And fun stat for you: when I was doing my research, the Panthers have allowed they're the 32nd team against the pass. They suck against the pass. They've allowed more passing yards than almost anybody. Like they're terrible against the pass. So if Andy Dalton just wants to rip it, stand back and rip it all day to Thielen and the boys, like he's gonna be able to do that. And Thielen's gonna be not Thielen. Dalton's gonna be an upgrade over Bryce Young.
Yeah, for sure.
Not played well. And that defense for the Panthers sucks. Just across the board, they suck. They've allowed. I mean, you're talking everybody's ripping Bryce Young, but the team just gives up points.
Yeah, no, it's not like Bryce Young is the
It's like
reason that
Bryce
they're
Young
losing.
ain't out there. He ain't out there playing linebacker. He's just he's the fall guy for the situation. So I like that. So if you want to make that one of our locks, I'm good to do the over on that.
Okay.
And I'll just freaking circle that right now. And then my last pick is the Baltimore minus the 1 because Baltimore is 19-1 in their last 20 games against the NFC.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons why I do
really
like that. But I like the points for the home dog. If you're going to give me points on the home team, it's hard for me to say no. It's 1.5.
If they lose by a field goal, it doesn't matter.
No, I understand that. But who says that they lose?
And the Ravens are 0-2.
Yes.
So they need this game.
Okay, a lot of teams need this game. Doesn't matter if you need it.
One,
it's about who's going to get it.
Only one team that started 0-3 out of the last 125 teams that has made the playoffs, and the Ravens plan to make the playoffs. So they're going to come in hungry and they're going to destroy the Cowboys. So I don't think we're going to be able to come to a consensus on that one.
What do you think about the over/under on that one? Do you know?
Because
I don't want to touch it. It's 47.5.
I wouldn't want to touch it. Like we said when you mentioned it, it's like
Yeah.
both those defenses can play really good, but then both those offenses can also light up the scoreboard. So you don't even know what you're going to get there. Like the Cowboys should have destroyed the Cardinals, and the Cardinals scored a ton of points on them.
Yeah. I will
So
say
how do you trust
I
that?
I like jumping over to your side for the Bucks. You said the -6, or is it 6.5?
Mm-hmm.
-6. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Bucks -6. I would I would give my stamp of approval on that one. So we would have the Bucks -6, and we would also have
You'd rather play the -6 than the over 41?
yes, the
Really?
Broncos suck. To be blunt, like they are not a
Okay,
good
but
football team.
let me share some stats with you real quick, okay? So
Here we go.
Tampa Bay has 6 offensive touchdowns this year.
Yeah.
Denver only has 1. So that kind of plays into your point of not wanting to take the over, right?
Hmm.
Week 1, Denver lost 20-26 to Seattle. Week 2, they lost 6-13 to Pittsburgh. So
Yeah.
they're able to put up points. Like Seattle's a decent defense, and they put up 20 points on them.
Yeah. What they
So
do
it's not
against
like
the
they're a bunch of
Steelers?
bums.
6.
What's that? They only had 6 points, but that's because
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's a really, really good defense, right? Like
But
nobody's saying the
yes,
Buccaneers have Pittsburgh's defense,
no. But at the same
right?
time, too, it's like I like the idea of a shootout, but I like the idea that the Bucks win by a touchdown more. And I
Okay,
think
but
you'd
then
agree
listen
with
to
me
this.
on that.
No, that's why I'm trying to convince you the other way because
I'm
like
not
so the
going the other
Bucks.
way.
No, but the Bucks they beat Washington 37-20. They let a rookie quarterback in Jaden Daniels
He
score
ran in
20
two
on them.
touchdowns.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Like
That
they
was the
let
first
people
week that
score on them.
Jaden Daniels
They
played.
let
They didn't
people
know.
score on them,
They didn't know what was going to happen.
and then they let the Lions get 16 on them. They beat the Lions 20-16. So that's a
No,
36-point game, and the other's a 57-point game. Like that's
Bo
high
Nix.
scoring.
Bo Nix is not running in two touchdowns. And even
No,
if
he
he
doesn't have
does,
to run in
he
2
does
touchdowns.
though. He needs to do something. They have one offensive touchdown
Matt, Matt,
through the air.
the
Like
Tampa Bay is 22nd in yards per catch allowed. They're 16th in completion percentage allowed, and and Bo Nix is like 24th in accuracy. He's got a 60% completion percentage, but the Bucks allow 65, so he's gonna have a better day than he even normally has.
that's fine, but I still like the Bucks to win that game by a touchdown. You're saying you don't.
I just think this game's gonna be pretty high scoring because we know Baker and the boys can go out there and score.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. But I don't hate Tampa Bay
But
minus the 6.
you picked it.
I was saying I threw it in there as in like the minus the 6 and the over 41, but you've kind of been like pushing back on the Bucks the last 2 weeks
And
and
they've
didn't even
hit.
really want to take them, and they've been hitting. But then
Yeah.
now this is the biggest spread, so now you want to take the one that's more unlikely.
It's also the worst team that they've played.
They played Washington week 1.
Washington is not worse than the Broncos. Don't kid yourself.
Are they not?
No. No.
Have they won a game yet?
I don't know. Probably not.
That's what I'm saying.
Have the
Okay,
Broncos?
so
Like, we can do this all day.
no, they're both 0-2.
Yeah.
I know. But like, who's played harder teams?
It
That's all
doesn't
I'm
matter.
saying.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
The Cards pick scares me.
Why? Because you can see the Lions just beating them? What
Well,
else did you have to
Dan
see
Campbell
last week from the Cardinals?
Dan Campbell's 8-0, bro, after a loss since he became the coach. And that's against the spread and straight up.
Okay.
So
And,
like
and
they
the
don't lose.
Ravens went to the AFC Champs game last year, and they're 0-2.
Well, they had to play the
No, I'm just saying,
champ.
like, I don't care about stats from last year. It's a new year.
I'm
When
not
it comes
talking
to
about
these
last year. I'm talking about
picks.
since he became the coach. That's 3 years.
Yes, but still, like, it's still a new year. I like the Lions to win, sure, but I'm not taking a -3. Cardinals keep it within 3. We at least push.
Which
That's
bet
what
do
I'm
you
saying.
like better? Do you like the Cards +3 better or the Saints -2.5?
Oh, see, that's tough. I like the Saints -2.5. Better than that. I love the Saints. The Saints are so good. They're the team that nobody thought was going to be really good. They've just been killing everybody. Like,
Yeah,
hmm
and they're at
which one do
home.
you like better?
There's still no AJ Brown.
Yep.
I see where you're
How can
at.
you bet
I just
against the Saints is my question.
I just see that 3-point sitting there with the Eagles, and I'm like, I love the Eagles this season.
Yeah, the books do too. That's why
And
they're
they
giving
just
him 3.
barely lost. They just barely lost a game.
They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be getting 3 points. They should be getting more than 3 points.
You think so?
I think so. It should be a 6-point spread. The Saints are at home, and they've been putting up like 40 every week.
Yeah, but see, I feel like which team can afford to lose this game? Like the Saints can afford to lose this because they've had 2 incredible games that nobody cared about. If the Eagles lose this game, all their fans are going to be calling for Sirianni to get fired. Like,
Yeah, exactly. So let the chance start.
I'm shocked you didn't try to take the Vikings.
Nope. Nope. Don't like it. Nope. These are what we're working with here. Which one do you like more, Saints or Cardinals? I think you like Saints more.
Yeah.
That's why you asked it. Yeah.
Frick, dude, I don't. Yeah, I think I do.
All right, so we're taking Saints and we're taking the over in the Bucks game. Those are locks.
So you don't like the under on the Steelers?
No, I do not. That's too low. I will never bet
Or
a
the
score
over
that
on the
low.
Packers?
Nope, I will not bet a score that low. And the Packers, we took the over last week. I'm still a scorned lover. I'm not doing that again.
Both of those defenses are super stingy though. Like they don't let people score.
Don't care. I'm
And
not taking it. I'm not taking a spread that low.
None of their games have gotten over that number.
Oh, no for
between
me.
both teams.
Nope.
So Saints.
I think we got them. We got Saints minus 2.5.
Minus 2.5, which is DraftKings has it minus 3 for plus 100.
Yeah.
And then Tampa Bay on the over.
Yep, Tampa Bay over, and then
we're on the minus 6. Which one did you want?
We can do the over. You like the over more, so we'll jump to the over. And then the one that we agreed on was the over in the Raiders Panthers game. Those are the locks of the week.
Locks of the week. Raiders over.
Bucks over.
Saints minus 2.5, and then the Buccaneers game over.
Yeah, I know. We never thought that we'd be saying those numbers this early in the season, but that's what it's come to.
Dang.
Yep.
This
it's okay. We're gonna sweep. That's not a big deal. Don't even overthink it. Just go.
I'm not overthinking anything.
And if we don't sweep, we're gonna go 2 for 3. So it doesn't really matter.
These were tough, though. These were tough.
They were. It's gonna be like it's gonna get longer and harder the rest of the season. Yeah. You guys think
just to be
20
clear,
minutes is
just
long.
To be clear,
Wait.
In case we didn't hammer this enough, you like the Saints minus the 2.5 because they've been balling.
Yep.
And you don't think the Eagles have been.
I don't think the Eagles can keep up. That's literally the only reason.
Saints at home in the dome.
Yep.
Balling out of control.
Yeah, Kamara's not going to get 4 touchdowns, but I mean, they're going to still score a ton of points.
I like that you don't trust the Raiders. That's why I like just taking the over, because if the Raiders can just keep up, and if you think the Panthers are going to ball, it's like the over. We don't even need to pick a win.
I don't know if I necessarily say they're going to ball, but I think that they're going to score points. Bryce Young was not good enough to score touchdowns. I think they're going to be able to score touchdowns with the new QB. So that's what I do like. I like them to be able to score like 17. And all they need is 17 because I think the Raiders win that game. So I actually didn't mind the Raiders minus 6.5, but I didn't really want to take it because it's unclear what the Panthers are going to look like. But we can move on though if you want to. If you're ready to move on.
I'm ready. I'm ready to move on.
Our parlays for the week.
Yeah.
For Sunday, we make 3. We have 1. It's a prop bet parlay. It's just over under on yards. We're doing a certain amount of yards over. We're doing a certain amount under. You're doing rushing yards, receiving yards, all that kind of stuff. Exactly. You're here. We also have another one with touchdown scores, and then we take our best bets from each of those, throw them together into a mixed parlay. Correct. Starting off, I'll go first. I'm going Jalen Hurts over 25 rushing yards. I love me some rushing quarterbacks.
Didn't you take this? Didn't you take this on Monday night?
I don't know. Probably did.
Okay.
But whatever. Doesn't matter. He's at minus 350. It's going to happen. Just write it down, set it, forget. Next, we're going Jonathan Taylor, 60-plus rushing yards against the Bears.
Jay Taylor. How many? 60-plus?
60-plus rushing yards is minus 188. Thought about taking him for rushing and receiving, but he hasn't catch the ball. He's literally just the bell cow workhorse. Next, you're going to like this one a lot. We got Baker Mayfield, 2 passing touchdowns.
Really?
Yep, love the over. We're jumping right back on that thing, and there's Baker throwing 2. I think he'll actually throw 3, but we're going to go for a guarantee here with 2. Next,
Okay.
we got Devontae Adams over 64.5 receiving yards. Like you said, like I maybe you didn't say it, but the Panthers defense sucks.
I did say it.
Yeah,
How many yards? 60.
65. It's 64.5. It's literally just what his line is set at. It's a minus 113.
Yeah.
Yep. Next, we got Jamison Williams, 50 plus receiving yards.
J. Will.
Jamison Williams for the Detroit Lions. It's a minus
Yep.
120.
How many yards for him?
50.
50 yards.
Yep. He's been their deep guy. All he needs is realistically 2 catches for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that parlay pays out a total of plus 1,066.
That's it?
Yeah, nothing's plus money.
Plus 1,066.
Yeah, it's a minus 350, a minus 200,
Okay, a little
minus 140. Yeah, exactly. Just something small.
Okay.
We got to hit on one of these at some
Okay.
point.
Yeah, he's trying to catch up.
Yep. Next, I'll jump into my touchdown parlay. I got
Okay.
Alvin Kamara. We already talked about him. He's most likely going to score. We got Jonathan Taylor. We're taking him to score 2 against the Bears. We're doing Rashad White for the Bucks. He'll either catch one or run one in.
Rashad.
Yep, he's plus 110. We got Aaron Jones, minus 120.
Ooh, okay.
Yep, love that pick. And then we got, you're not going to like this one, Tony Pollard against the Packers. I took him over Josh Jacobs. He's at minus 140. And then last but not least, we got David Montgomery for the Detroit Lions. And he's at minus 110. And that one plays
Okay, what's this one pay at?
32-11. So a little 32 times your bet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then
That's
my boat.
6-legger?
That's a 6-legger, yeah.
Okay, and then your mixed one. Here we go.
Yep, my mixed. Like we said, it's the best bets. It's the bets that we like the most. We're taking Alvin Kamara. We're throwing him on there. We're taking Jonathan Taylor, 60 plus rushing yards. We're not taking him for the touchdown. We're taking him for the 60 plus.
Okay.
Then we're throwing Jalen Hurts. No, we're not. Never mind. I can't take Jalen Hurts because it's in the same game. So we're taking Aaron Jones, anytime touchdown. We're taking Tony Pollard, anytime touchdown. We're taking Baker Mayfield, 2 passing touchdowns. And then we're also, you're going to love this one too, and I don't think you're going to argue with me on this one. This is one of my best picks. Devontae Adams over 64.5.
64.5.
Yep.
They're playing. I mean, he should get it. He should feast.
He should have triple digits.
And
possibly 2 touchdowns.
Gardner should have a massive game.
Yep. He shouldn't have to worry about getting pressured. But those are my picks. Those are my 3 parlays that I got for Sunday.
Did you give me the odds for that final one?
Plus 23.20. And no, I didn't. I was waiting for you to ask.
23.20?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's a 6, a 5, and a 6?
A 6, a 5, and a 6. Well, it's a 5, 6, and 6, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the paper, I've got it touchdown score, prop bet, and then the double.
Yep.
So, okay, well, I'll hop into mine. I don't know how I feel about those. They seem lower. They're all lower than mine.
Yeah, and they're all lower than I normally have too. We're trying to go for guarantees. We're trying to just hit. Okay. We're still get the great odds. It's still a great parlay. Still exciting to watch, but all of it should be like, oh, cool, I can check this one off. Oh, cool, that happened. I can check this one off. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. Okay, so for my first touchdown score, I have Madison.
Okay.
Alexander Madison to get a touchdown. I have Mike Evans, anytime touchdown.
Yep, love that.
I have Rashid Shaheed, somehow still plus money after having a touchdown in each of the first 2 weeks.
That's insane.
He's plus 140. Then I have Tony Pollard for an anytime touchdown.
Nice.
Because we know the Packers' defense is not great. And then I have Derrick Henry for a rushing touchdown. Well, not rushing, but anytime touchdown. And those all 5 of those pay out plus 5,800 on DraftKings. I like basically all of them. Madison is the only question mark, but he has had a touchdown. Yeah, he's had a touchdown in both the first 2 weeks.
Okay.
I don't think he's on the Chargers, Matt.
No?
No.
Oh, where's he at? On the Raiders? Is he on the Raiders?
He may be on the Raiders. He's on a team where the main running back has not been getting the touchdowns, and it's been going to Madison.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I threw him in there. Switch over to my prop bets. This is where I got a little different. I dug way
Here we
too
go.
into everything. So this one's a little different. Okay, so I've got Will Levis,
Okay.
25 plus rushing yards.
Okay. Love that.
He's had almost 40 in both the first 2 games, and
Okay.
the Packers' run D isn't going to be good, so I just think he'll be able to break one out. Then I have Derek Carr to throw 2 touchdowns. He's thrown 2 every single week, at least 2 each week. So I've got him to do that again. I've got Skylar Thompson for the Miami Dolphins to throw under 180.5 passing yards. He played the year Tua got hurt a bunch. He played in 2022. He played because Tua missed all those games, and he never had a game where he went over. His highest game was 163 passing yards.
Okay.
And they're going across the country to
To
Seattle, so
Seattle.
I don't see it. And then I got Sam Darnold to throw 2 passing touchdowns, and then I have Kyler Murray to throw for 225 plus passing yards.
Love that. They're gonna need it against the
Because
Lions.
Detroit secondary is like the weak part of their defense, because
Mm-hmm.
they're all young guys. So
Okay.
that one pays out plus 7,000.
Yeah, like you said, they're all a lot higher than mine.
And then my last one is I've got the Will Levis 25 plus rushing. I've got the Mike Evans touchdown. I've got the Rashid Shaheed touchdown. I have the 2 plus passing touchdowns from Darnold, who, if I didn't mention it, he's thrown 2 each week also. And then I've got Skylar Thompson under the 180.5. So that's the 5 picks. That one pays out plus 10,300.
Okay. I'm guessing the under passing yards for Thompson is plus money.
I believe it was straight up minus 110.
Okay.
Because his line, I think, was set a little lower.
I am kind of surprised you didn't put Pollard in that.
I took him for an anytime touchdown. But I like Shaheed better, and Mike Evans didn't score last week, so I feel like he's going to score this week. And like I already said, I think this Tampa Bay game is going to be high scoring. And if it's going to be high scoring and Baker's going to be throwing a lot, like I think Mike Evans will get involved.
Yeah, for sure.
So, all right. With that being said, you want to hop into your touchdown scores that you like as a lock of the week?
I mean, I'm just gonna double down on mine that I already wrote down.
I assumed you would, yeah.
Yeah. Like we got to throw a lock of the week down there on Tony Pollard. Green Bay's run defense is not that great, as we all know, and
Yep.
Tony Pollard's the guy over there in Tennessee, and we both had him in our touchdown scoring parlay. So definitely double down on that. If you're gonna do a parlay of your own, I would throw him in there. It seems like good money there. And then I'm gonna go with Jonathan Taylor, anytime touchdown. He scored 1 touchdown.
Right.
Yeah, so and the usage just isn't that high. I think that the Colts are going to try to run the ball a ton this game against the Bears and just kind of pound them. We'll see. We got Josh Downs back this week, so we'll see how that whole entire game goes. But as we know, Bears defense is for real, so we'll see how that goes. It'll be a good test for JT this week to see what he can actually do. But he should have done a lot better last week. But that game should have been an over, though.
You guys should be able to win that game, the Colts. I mean,
we have to, or else we'll be 0-3.
He got absolutely beat up in that game against the Texans. He got sacked, I think it was 6 or 8 times.
Yeah, it's insane. So, but yeah, those are my 2. I'm just gonna give you guys 2 this week. I'm not going for a reach here for the Sunday games. That'll be something more for just primetime games. But I like those 2 a lot.
Well, I'm gonna tail your Pollard play. I'm not gonna touch Jonathan Taylor just because I like the Bears defense, even though I don't like the Bears. I'm gonna take Shaheed because I can't pass up plus money on a guy who has scored each week.
Yep.
Against a sus Lions secondary, and then or no, he's not playing the Lions. He's playing who are the Saints playing? There you go, Eagles. Yeah, they let Kirk Cousins walk right down the field. So if Derek Carr's out there dealing, they'll be fine. And then I'm gonna throw in Derrick Henry as well.
Okay.
They just the Cowboys just let Kamara go do whatever he wanted to him. So I think Derrick Henry will be able to get a touchdown as well. So those are the 3 I like.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into this episode. As always, go out there, either some of you follow us and go lock for lock. Others, they tough to say, but they do fade us out. If you didn't know. So if you're fading us on at least the prime time, like the locks of the week, good luck because we're beating you so far, and
True.
also beating the book. So, but I mean, other than that, enjoy the football games. It's week 3 of the NFL, and we couldn't be more excited.
Oh, we can't. Yeah, we really can't be, and we're just trying to enjoy every moment of it. It's awesome always to have just football back. And thank you guys for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let us know in the comments below where you agree, where you disagree, and if so, why.
Yeah. And until next time, we'll catch you guys in the next video.